Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn and we keep you up to date with the headlines. New development of Vietnam-Laos relations. Military units held state activities in Yên Bái province. Hưng Yên province, Văn Giang's flower villages gear up for Lunar New Year. The two-day trip to visit Laos and co-chair the 47th meeting of the Vietnam-Laos Intergovernmental Committee from January the 9th to the 10th by Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and the high-ranking Vietnamese delegation successfully wrapped up. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính first working trip in 2025 with new mindset and approaches is expected to open new prospects for Vietnam-Laos relations. During the two-day working trip, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính engaged in nearly 20 activities covering a variety of topics. In particular, he had meetings with all the highest-ranking leaders of the Lao Party, State and National Assembly, visited former senior leaders of Laos. The two sides showed the pleasure as the bilateral relations continuously develop in an effective and substantive manner in all areas. Political cooperation is increasingly trustworthy and close. Both sides continue to support each other in building an independent and self-reliant economy, deeply and effectively integrating into the international community. Cultural, educational, people-to-people exchange and cooperation between Vietnamese and Lao localities continue developing strongly. The government, agencies and localities of both countries are making great efforts and determination to promote bilateral cooperation in a breakthrough direction. Focusing on key points, the relevant agencies of the two countries concentrate on actively implement the results agreed by leaders of the two countries. Notably, during the working trip, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and the Lao Prime Minister co-chaired two significant events: the 47th meeting of the Vietnam-Laos Intergovernmental Committee and the Vietnam-Laos Investment Cooperation Conference. The two prime ministers attended the groundbreaking ceremony of the Laos-Vietnam Friendship Park in Vientiane, a gift from the Party, State and People of Vietnam presented to the Party, State and People of Laos. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính suggested that in the coming time, ministries and agencies of the two countries must join hands to thoroughly resolve pending issues. Agreeing with Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, Lao Prime Minister Sonexay Siphandone said that over the past time, the two sides focused on together developing infrastructure, especially transport infrastructure, to connect the two economies and the region, creating conditions for trade and investment development. The two sides are also determined to clear up pending issues and projects, creating momentum for the two sides to enter a new phase of more practical and effective development, especially in transport connectivity projects. They also aims to address challenges for business to operate smoothly, effectively and sustainably in both countries. The two sides agreed on policies, new approaches, new mindset, and new approaches to developing the cooperative relations between Vietnam and Laos even more strongly in the coming time. Both sides aim to strengthen political cooperation, security defense cooperation, people-to-people and cultural exchanges, education and training. During the working trip, the two countries signed 4 cooperation documents. Companies from both sides inked 6 investment cooperation agreements, totaling billions of US dollars in sectors such as aviation, finance, energy, agriculture, and human resources training. The two sides announced a framework for domestic currency payment and bilateral retail payment connection using QR codes between Vietnam and Laos, facilitating transactions for businesses and citizens in economic, trade, investment, and tourism activities. As the Tet Festival is approaching on January the 11th, National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn visited and presented gifts to the armed forces, families of revolutionary contributors, poor and near-poor households, ethnic minorities, and workers in difficult circumstances in Trà Vinh. At Mỹ Long Border Guard Station in Mỹ Long Commune, Cầu Ngang District, the top legislator hoped that officers and soldiers would continue to promote last year's achievements while upholding the tradition and good qualities of Angkor soldiers in task performance. He asked the force to strengthen coordination with local party committees, authorities and mass organizations to stay closer to the people, to conduct regular patrols and monitoring, and to raise public awareness of combating IUU fishing. At the local conference center, National Assembly Chairman Chen Tengmen presented gifts to policy families, poor and near-poor households, ethnic minorities and workers in difficult circumstances in the area. On January the 11th, Military Hospital 175 organized a reunion with retired senior military officers in the south. Lieutenant General Phạm Trường Sơn, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, attended the event. Recently, along with performing well the task of providing medical services for soldiers and people, Military Hospital 175 has paid special attention to caring for and protecting the health of high-ranking officials of the party, state and military in the area. Excited to have just been recognized by the government as one of 6 hospitals nationwide to be prioritized for investment and upgrading to international standard, doctors and staff of Military Hospital 175 vowed to continue promoting its strength, affirming the position and prestige of the hospital and the military medical sector. Later the same day, the delegation of the Central Military Commission and Ministry of National Defense, led by Lieutenant General Trương Thiên Tô, Vice Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, visited and extended Lunar New Year greetings to military units in Gia Lai Province. During the visit to Corps 34, Lieutenant General Trương Thiên Tô praised the unit's party committee and command for their proactive leadership in fulfilling missions. He urged units including Division 320 of Corps 34, Brigade 132 of the Signal Corps, and the military and bodyguard commands of Gia Lai to maintain combat readiness, be prepared for contingencies, and ensure seamless communications in 2025. At the Bureau of the People's Army newspaper and the Army Broadcasting Center in the Central Highlands, the General emphasized the importance of timely and accurate reporting on local security and military activities. Earlier the same day, the delegation visited and encouraged officers and soldiers stationed in Đắk Lắk Province. On January the 11th, in Yên Thế Township, Lục Yên District, Yên Bái Province, the Army Youth Advisory Board, in coordination with the Political Department of Military Region 2, Yên Bái Provincial Military Command and Lục Yên District People's Committee, hosted the program Spring of Solidarity, a tale of deep military-civilian bonds. The program featured various meaningful activities, including free health checkups and medication distribution. Gifts were also presented to policy families, needy households, victims of Typhoon Yagi, and poor students. The event offered an opportunity for Military Region 2's armed forces and Yên Bái residents to deepen their understanding of the party's guidelines and state policies, while promoting the spirit of solidarity and cultural traditions. Guided by the principle of Tate for everyone, Tate for every household, the program strengthens military-civilian solidarity, contributing to socio-economic development, political security, and a vibrant, joyful atmosphere to welcome the Lunar New Year across Military Region 2. Coming up next, music expressed messages about environmental protection and food security. Hưng Yên Province, Văn Giang's flower villages gear up for Lunar New Year. Recently, the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of Cà Mau Province has identified that tourism products play a key role in tourism development. Therefore, the province will focus on building and diversifying tourism products and services to increase visitors and tourism revenue. Accordingly, the province focuses on developing diverse tourism products that are its strength, such as ecology, community, sea and islands, in association with a system of tourism products from agriculture and traditional crafts. Ecotourism, community tourism, and agricultural tourism models are the main products in building and developing tourism products in Cà Mau, of which the typical tourism products is experiencing the mangrove ecosystem. There is also a tour through the forests of Mũi Cà Mau National Park. In 2025, Cà Mau aims to attract over 2.4 million visitors, an increase of 114.3%, and total revenue of over $139 million, an increase of 112.7% over the same period in 2024. Environmental protection and sustainable development are the goals that Vietnam and the world are striving for. In this effort, music plays a bridge to convey messages, inspire and raise public awareness. One of the outstanding recent compositions is the song Green Life, which honors the love of nature, sustainable living and the homeland of Vietnam. Let's join us to find interesting stories behind this song. To spread the message of green life, the artist's voice plays a very important role. With a clear, emotional and sincere voice, singer Nguyên Anh has brought the song a new breath full of vitality. When I was assigned to singing this song, I felt very happy and proud to convey the message of loving nature, protecting the environment, to love the country more. The song Green Life is a new composition by journalist Vương Xuân Nguyên and meritorious artist Hương Giang from a poem by Associate Professor Trương Tuyết Mai. Vương Xuân Nguyên not only wrote the song but also ignited the project. He combined his creative talents with the mission of spreading the message of the National Action Program on Sustainable Food Systems. The song is expected to spread love for the homeland as well as the message of the National Action Program on Sustainable Food Systems. Vietnam is one of the leading countries in implementing this program. The lyrics of Green Life song features a bright and emotional picture of a transparent and sustainable food system. These verses contain the spirit of an action program towards public health and sustainable development, bringing a strong inspiration of social responsibility and love for nature. One of the motivations for me to compose this song is that the government, the state and people of Vietnam are currently focusing on transforming a very important issue, that is transforming the food system to be transparent, sustainable and responsible, aiming to ensure health and improve intelligence for the Vietnamese people. Currently, communications activities play an important role to change social awareness at all levels in realizing the National Action Plan on transforming the food system to be transparent, responsible and sustainable. I hope this song can disseminate meaningful messages quickly and deeply. Green Life is not only a song but also a meaningful reminder of love for nature, community responsibility and sustainable vision. Hopefully, through each song, the spirit of environmental protection will be widely spread, contributing to building a green and prosperous Vietnam. With Tet just a month away, Văn Giang district in Hưng Yên province, known as the hub of flowers and ornamental plants in northern Vietnam, turns lively with the colors of spring. Visitors can enjoy a vibrant seasonal atmosphere as the year draws close. The tea garden of Chu Văn Bien's family in Phụng Công commune is a Tet favorite for flower enthusiasts. Despite the flood in September that threatened their livelihood, the family quickly resumed production. Fortunately, their decades-old tea plants have blossomed just in time for Tet. Our garden features dozens of varieties, both local and imported. We cultivate around 10 domestic varieties and import others to adapt to our conditions. This year, pink blossoms are particularly popular, so they've been selling very well. Meanwhile, in Văn Giang Township, Đỗ Mạnh Hà family is preparing hundreds of pomelo and kumquat trees for Tet. with about 70% already sold. The district has facilitated land lease and production transitions for flower and ornamental plant cultivation. We also encouraged the establishment of cooperatives and partnerships to build linked production chains. Flower and ornamental plant growers in Hưng Yên are racing against time to deliver the essence of spring to every home, ushering in a joyous and prosperous Lunar New Year. This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.